Hello and welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we are celebrating our 100th episode. Hey Janine.
Hey Shannon, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great too. I've got my virtual glass of champagne here.
Yes. I'm drinking mine out of my Getting to Good Enough mug.
Nice. Are you really drinking champagne out of it?
No.
No. It's a little early in the day.
Yeah, but now I feel a little bit sad.
I know.
I should at least be drinking sparkling water out of it.
Right. Well, happy 100th episode.
Happy 100th episode to you too.
Thank you. It feels like quite a milestone.
It really does. And I mean, we said from the very beginning that we were going to do this only as long as it was fun, and it's still really fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. It's like very rarely a drag.
Yeah.
I mean, very, very rarely.
Right.
Yeah. Which is amazing for something that we've done every week for almost 2 years.
Yeah. And it's not that, I mean, there's some work that goes into it. It's not like it,
it's not all fun and games.
It's not all fun and giggling.
That's right. After we're through giggling, we have to do a little bit to publish the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been super fun. And this has gone much further than I ever imagined. Like literally and figuratively.
So literally, you didn't expect we'd ever record 100 episodes? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I didn't expect us to record 100 episodes. I don't even know that I thought that far ahead.
Right. Me neither.
But also, it never occurred to me that we would be listened to in so many countries.
Yeah. It is amazing.
By so many people.
Yeah. So the lesson there is if you're thinking about starting a podcast, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's a crazy idea you had. And I said, yeah, sure, whatever, Shannon. I didn't get this far by ignoring your suggestions. And so, it's worked out really well. And I was so happy that when we put out a plea last week for people to send us voice messages about the podcast, some people did.
They did. It's so fun to celebrate with other people. And I think it's very fitting that the first one we're going to share is from our very first guest.
Yeah.
Who was an accidental guest. When my husband walked in while we were recording the podcast.
And he rose to the occasion when we asked him to weigh in on the topic.
Yes. So let's hear what he has to say about our 100th episode.
Hey, Janine and Shannon, this is Mike. I was with you all the way back in episode 17. Getting to Good Enough couldn't really be any better. Congratulations on your 100th episode, and I'm going to be with you for the long haul.
That's so nice.
It is. It's so nice. And I'm really happy that he said that at the end, although I think it has more to do with us staying married than...
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's just nice to hear him say it out loud. He's planning to be with you for the long haul, Shannon.
Yeah. That's good.
But
podcasts are bad.
That's right. I did notice that he mentioned my name first.
I think it's true. I think whenever he says our names together that he says your name first.
Oh, it's just one of those things?
Well, no, I think that he likes you better.
Oh, yeah, right. Sure, that's it. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I appreciate that little nod of respect from him.
Yes. And in case people didn't pick up on it, the episode that he became our surprise guest on was episode 17.
Asking for help, right?
Yes, it was asking for help. And that was the one where you and I literally had just said that neither of us likes to ask for help. And he walked in on the episode, joined in on the conversation, and like the first thing out of his mouth was, smart people ask for help.
Right.
Having no idea what we had been talking about, really.
Right. But he really did have a lot of expertise on asking for help to share. So it was great that he happened to come home while we were recording that particular episode.
Yeah, because I think that I was actually telling a story about him asking for help and me being reluctant to ask for help. So it was nice to have the guru walk in at that time.
Right. Yes. Well, yeah. I appreciate his recording a greeting for us.
Yes. I'll thank him in person later.
Yes.
So we also have another greeting.
Good morning, Shannon and Janine. Congratulations on your 100th episode. There are so many things to love about getting to good enough, but one of the things I especially appreciate is how you guys share your own struggles, you know? We all have more coming at us than we can comfortably deal with, and you share that so freely, and also so many good solutions. So thanks, and here's to another 100. This is Margaret in Burlingame, California.
Well, thanks, Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret, thank you. That made me so happy. Margaret's a former professional organizer and a longtime friend of mine, and she's also a friend of yours, Shannon.
Yes.
And it was so nice to hear her voice.
Yes.
And so nice of her to say what she said about our sharing our struggles.
Right. Yeah. Because sometimes I feel like I might be revealing too much on occasion.
Mm-hmm. I know the feeling.
But I'm not really one for self-censorship either. And it also helps that I forget almost immediately what I've said as soon as I've said it.
Right. Well, I like to think of it more like transparency than...
Yes.
Yeah. And I was thinking when I heard her message, like, if you're going to listen to this podcast, then it's good to appreciate that we share our struggles, because if that's not what you were looking for, you wouldn't enjoy the podcast very much, because certainly all of our knowledge that we're imparting seems to be based a lot on our own personal struggles.
Yeah. Well, and I think that just goes to say that we all struggle with this regardless of how you feel about perfectionism, whether you feel like perfectionism is a problem for you or not. I think that's one of the things that has become most apparent to me, is that it's something that we all deal with, whether we call it that or not.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's definitely true.
Yep. So next up, we have a message from Amy in Tempe, Arizona.
Hey, Shannon and Janine, it's Amy. I got to say, for all the amazing advice I've gotten from both of you from the podcast and from working with Shannon, probably my favorite, at least current advice, is to-do list bingo. I love it so much. I make a card for myself every single morning, and when I get a bingo, I call out bingo, no matter what I'm doing or who's around. Obviously, it's just my family right now. And that is very exciting for me, and I don't let anyone else in the house touch it, although my younger daughter has written Cuddle Sophie in the middle of the card, and that's been my middle square all along for several weeks. And I even also made a deluxe to-do list bingo card with much harder tasks that are taking longer, and that one is up on the fridge to shame me daily. But actually it's just the absolute best thing, and one of my favorite things is I think about you guys every time I mark one off or make a card, and that makes me happy too. Love you both. Congratulations on 100 episodes.
It's so nice.
It's so nice. So nice. And I love to-do list bingo as well. And I think what I'm hearing Amy say is that she puts her to-do list every day in the form of a bingo, right?
She does.
I love that. That's not how I've been using it, but I think that's how I want to try to use it starting tomorrow. That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, she does a hand-drawn grid and then just writes everything in the grid.
Yeah, that's so fun.
And the middle free square is always Cuddle Sophie.
Right, that's so nice. Her daughter.
Her daughter, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think, I've been using it for more long-term thing, trying to get myself to do stuff that's just sort of not urgent or whatever. But I always make a more linear daily task list. So I love the idea of putting it in a grid like that.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, and this is another beautiful thing is like we put forth an idea and then we get improved ideas about it from our listeners.
I know, that's very nice.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you ready for another one?
Sure.
This one is from Hazel in Albuquerque.
Hi, Janine and Shannon. It's Hazel Horton calling to congratulate you on 100 episodes. And congratulations to me, too, for listening to 100 episodes. I'm like Janine in that I'm naturally good at good enough. But it's always comforting to know that there are like-minded people in the world, and to be reminded of things I've forgotten or practices that have fallen by the wayside. There are many times during an episode that I think to myself, me too, or I've blogged about that. But I also think, I used to do that, or maybe I want to do that, or that's a good way to think about it. I envision myself sitting at a virtual kitchen table with you, enjoying the conversation. So I guess that makes you my imaginary friends. I want you to know, too, that sometimes when I'm stressed out or between audiobooks and wondering what to do next, it comes to me, I could listen to the new Getting to Good Enough podcast episode. Yay! So bye for now, and keep up the good work.
I love thinking that someone chooses to listen to us when they're stressed out.
Yeah, that's true. And I love the idea that we're the weekly podcast that someone would be like, oh, maybe there's a new episode. Because I'm like that. I'm always like, what am I going to listen to now? And then I think, oh, there's a new episode of The Office Ladies I can listen to or whatever. So that's really nice. That's very nice of Hazel to call in.
Yes, that's great. And, we love knowing that Hazel and so many people are sitting at our virtual kitchen table listening to us, even though, we're not imaginary. We are actually your friends.
That's right. Though the kitchen table is definitely virtual since you and I are in different parts of the country.
I know. We're not even sitting at each other's kitchen table.
That's right. But no, I love that. When every now and then we'll get that compliment that it's like sitting at the kitchen table and listening to you talk. To me, that's the biggest compliment. I love that.
I do too. All right. You ready for another one?
Sure.
All right. This is from Geraldine.
Oh, another guest.
Hello and happy 100th episode anniversary, Janine and Shannon. This is Geraldine Thomas wishing you both heartfelt congratulations on the big episode. I don't know if you guys know this, but you have kept me company in the car, on dog walks, and on many sleepless nights. I just wanted to say thanks for the giggles and the grins and the mental floss. Cheers. Looking forward to many more episodes and getting to good enough. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Another heartwarming message.
Yeah. Gosh, we should have 100th episode every week.
That's right. That's right. So Geraldine was another guest, although she was in my office with me when we recorded that episode. Whenever I'll put a link to it. But it was just the episode title was Janine Thomas.
Right.
So it was nice of her to call today to wish us well.
Yeah, that is nice. And I also like thinking about people listening to us at different points, you know, on our drives and on our dog walks. And I'm sorry she's having sleepless nights, but
right.
Again, it's nice to know that people think we're soothing enough to listen to, or whatever you're trying to do in the middle of the night when you're not sleeping and listening to podcasts instead.
Right. Yeah. We're keeping her company. That makes me happy.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, this is Christy Underwood in Kansas City, Missouri. You may use this message. And I just wanted to congratulate you both, Shannon and Janine, on 100 episodes. I have listened to every single one of them. I'm a couple behind, but I'm going to listen to them today. And I just really have made a lot of changes in my life based upon the getting to good enough wisdom that you guys have shared. I always find myself saying done is better than perfect and let it be easy. Those two mantras have helped me so much.
Yay.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, I was hoping we would hear from Christy. Christy is actually the only person on this list of greetings people have greeted us who neither of us has met in person, but she's been such a faithful listener and leaving comments on the show notes and so forth. So it was really nice to hear her voice.
It was. I was so happy with that she called in and left us a message, and it makes me so happy that she uses those mantras to help her out.
Me too. It's just really nice to hear her say that her investment of 100 episodes, 50 hours or whatever of listening has really benefited her. Because she binge listened. She, was it last summer? She was listening to several a day. And
because she started listening after we'd been recording for a while.
Right. Yeah.
And so she actually caught up and then was listening she still listens on a very regular basis.
Yeah.
But I would also just like to point out to people, you're never behind. There's no need to feel like you have to catch up.
Or that you have to hear every episode.
Right. And you can, listen to them in any order. Whatever works for you.
That's right. And we appreciate Christy listening to every single episode in order, but it's not necessary. Yes.
Yeah. And then we have one more recording that we wanted to share today.
Hey Janine, hey Shannon, this is Rob from Walla Walla, home to the Walla Walla Sweet Onion, the famous Iceberg Drive-In, now home to Janine and Shannon's pot stickers. Woohoo! Sending you a large congratulations on your 100th episode of Getting to Good Enough. I have loved the time spent listening to the conversations that have challenged the listeners and myself to examine our lives and where we focus our time and energy. I think it's natural when we first think of getting to good enough. It implies that we're settling on something less than ideal. When through the process of finding our why and letting this be easy, we can discover a richer and fuller life with a deeper passion for things that really matter most and becoming our best selves. To you both, I send many thanks from friends and family for your wonderful efforts to continue with your podcast. I'm excited for more to come. And even in my mind's eye, I can clearly see tables full of the New York Times bestseller, Getting to Good Enough by Janine and Shannon. You can do it, Duffy Moon. Congratulations. Bye.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Me too. Rob, you're the greatest. Oh my gosh. So, Rob and I have known each other since 7th grade. And he is in Walla Walla, our biggest advocate. I mean, people listen to, we probably have, per capita, we have more listeners in Walla Walla than anywhere, I'm sure.
Yes, and it's all owed to Rob.
Of course, yeah. Just last week, I think it was, I got an email from somebody I was dealing with on family business, nothing to do with my profession. And she said at the end of it, "Oh, and Rob told me about your podcast, so I'm going to be listening to it."
I love that.
Yes, Rob, thank you so much. And what I love about his message, well, there's so many things, but one is that he clearly listens and internalizes our message.
Yes.
Because, I mean, he clearly spent some time composing that message that he left for us, which is so nice.
I know. He uses all of our little catchphrases, and I love that you could do it, Duffy Moon, at the end.
Yes, I'd actually forgotten about that.
Yeah. Yes. I just think knowing that there are listeners like these folks out there, and what's that statistic they always say, that like there's 10 other people who didn't comment for everyone who did, who feels the same. I like thinking that and thinking about all the listeners enjoying what we're doing as at least nearly as much as we do.
Right. Yeah. It's just nice if we ever feel downtrodden about the podcast at any time, we can always think about these messages and how these 7 nice people have taken the time to tell us that our podcast has helped them. And
yes.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling a little left out, like you wish that you would have, sent us some congratulations, or you have a question, or you want to share how good enough has gotten easier for you, then you can share. You can still share it with us. You can always share it with us, and you can do that by leaving a message at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. You can send us an email at hello@gettingtogoodenough.com. You can always comment on the show notes at gettingtogoodenough.com, or find us on social media on Facebook and Instagram. We're at Getting to Good Enough, and on Twitter we're at GTG Enough. And I sort of launched into that, Janine.
Yeah.
Without us wrapping up, really. I mean, like,
well, right. Actually, I was going to interrupt you to say one thing before you said,
please do.
Which was that we also had an emailed greeting addressed to hello@gettingtogoodenough.com from Ellen DeLapp, who is a certified professional organizer in Houston, Texas, and former president of NAPO, National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. Anyway, Ellen was kind enough to write, "Congrats! I love referring your podcast to recovering perfectionists." So that was nice of her to write. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts on our 100th episode?
just thank you for coming up with the idea, Shannon. Thank you for letting it be easy. And congratulations.
Congratulations to you, too. Thank you for being an awesome podcast partner. I couldn't do this without you. The idea would have gone nowhere if you hadn't have said yes.
Honestly, I can't imagine doing a podcast without a co-host. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, it's been so much fun, and you're amazing. So, yay.
Yay us.
Yay us.
Well, so this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. We'll have to have a real cheers soon.
I was just thinking it's probably good that we didn't have champagne.
I think you're right.